Hello my beautiful star seeds, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Ocean Jasper. I'm an intuitive tarot reader, and today we're gonna find out how would people describe you to somebody else. We have 3 piles here that you can choose from, but before we're going in depth into the description of them, I just would like to remind you that there is currently a giveaway going on my channel. You can find in the info box below the link in which the giveaway has originated, and there you will find all the rules to participate. It's going to expire the 24th of February, which is the day in which I will announce the winner, so just participate numerously before that date. Now that being said, we can go back to our choice. There is the Mystic Fairy Tarot deck in pile number 1 with the citrine heart. Then we have the LLEVELLYN Tarot deck in pile number 2 with the selenite bar. And finally, we have the Spirit Zone Tarot deck in pile number 3 with the amethyst. You are going to find the timestamps in the info box below, so whenever you feel ready, you can click on them and it will bring you directly to the beginning of your reading. Just remember, there is absolutely no right or wrong regard how should you choose your pile. You can pause the video here and take as much time as you like, or you can decide to go impulsively. You can even listen to more than a pile if you feel guided to do so. As long as you take whatever messages resonates with you, and you leave the rest, and try not to get too attached to the results of the reading. If you ever would like to go more in depth in your specific situation, you can book a private reading with me, and you're gonna find the email in the info box below, as well as my prices. Feel free as well to contact me if you simply would like to receive more information. I also offer Reiki healing sessions, so that's something else that you could do for yourself. In the info box below, you're also going to find all the names of the decks in case you are interested for yourself, and the names of the material, the equipment that I'm using to record this video. That's really everything for today. If you enjoy your reading, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. It will truly make a huge difference. Thanks so much for your love and your support. It really fills my heart with joy. Can't wait to see you at the beginning of your reading. Hello my darlings, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the Mystic Fairy Tarot deck with the citrine heart in pile number 1, I'm going to keep this heart on the side and keep it there as a reference throughout the whole reading, and I'm going to shuffle the deck in camera for you today. And while doing so, just want to remind you about the giveaway that is currently going on, and you can find the link to it in the info box below. Will bring you directly to the video in which the giveaway has originated, and it will expire the 24th. The winner will be announced the 24th of February, so just be sure to make part of it before that date. So how would people describe you, pile number 1? I really hope you guys are doing well. I absolutely love this deck. It just have little fairies, of course, in each one of them. And if you would like to get it for yourself, you can find the Amazon affiliate link in the info box below. Pile number 1. How would people describe pile number 1? Please and thank you. The Tower. Pretty strong energy to start with. Whoa, Queen of Cups and 6 of Pentacles, clarified by 6 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and the Knave of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. So let me just concentrate on this energy for a second. With this Queen of Cups, definitely people think about you as a very compassionate woman or man. It doesn't matter the gender. There is a lot of feminine energy, but it doesn't describe your gender here. Definitely a person that is very loving, compassionate, that has unconditional love for everybody. Somebody that is very emotionally mature and that is very comfortable speaking about their emotions, their feelings. And I can see as well that is somebody that is very confident, somebody with a stronger personality. And with this tower as well, it's an explosive energy. Clearly, people can tell about you that you always bring cleansing energy into a situation, into a room, so you're not scared of big changes, and you actually encourage other people to get rid of certain tradition and foundation that are not serving them anymore. So you are revolutionary. You bring new energy. You are a fresh breath here wherever you go. And this Six of Pentacles, you really make sure, people describe you as somebody that always makes sure that everybody is counted in, that everybody feels treated equally and fairly. So you really make sure that whatever relationship you have, it's on the same level as you, that everybody is receiving equal attention and support and dedication. If somebody has less than you, you will give it to them. So there is this generosity about you for sure. Page of Wands clearly speak about somebody that has some ideal, an utopic idea of the world with an innocent touch for sure, because you're very passionate about life in general. They describe you as very curious about the world, about everything tangible that you could try and learn for yourself. At the same time, they think that you might be slightly innocent, that there's a lot of things that you still need to learn, but they also appreciate the fact that you have not been touched by the ugliness of the world. They have not killed your spark just yet. You keep being fascinated by life and by all the opportunities that life has to give you. And you feel like a student. You don't act as if you know everything. You're really humble. Seven of Pentacles as well speak about somebody that is quite patient to see results. So you are dedicated to your hobbies or to your jobs or to your relationships. And even though at times you would like to see, of course, where is the end of the tunnel coming, you still persevere in your work, because you know that you have gone a long way already and that it would be a pity to give up. It feels as well that this Seven of Pentacles underneath the Queen of Cups talks about not wanting to give up on humanity, not wanting to give up on the world. So it seems like you always give another chance to the people around you. You always forgive them, or at least you give them a chance. You give them an extra chance or multiple chances. So you are a forgivable person. And with the Six of Swords as well, they can tell that you can move away from disruptive changes. So you don't hold grudges. That's what I'm seeing here. You don't really hold grudges, even if something really bad has happened, something that has shook you very badly, that has definitely created some disruption in your life and some uncontentment for a minute. You seem to be able to move on from it and still maintain a happy, joyous vibe, and just learn from that experience and make it part of your baggage. But you don't want to resent anybody. we have Five of Wands in reverse, Ten of Cups in reverse, King of Cups. So you have both the Queen and the King of Cups. That's something. Star in reverse, the Chariot, and the Queen of Wands. So powerful. So powerful. So people can definitely see how romantic you are, and how lovable you are, how you really don't mind taking the first move in a relationship, for example, or even if you are in a new environment, you're the first one wanting to make new friends, to make new connection, and you put love above everything else is really one of your highest values. And some people might describe you as a softie, in the terms that you are so romantic and sometimes even gullible, in the sense that you always believe in the good of others. So you always give them the benefit of the doubt, and you just want to see the bright light inside of them. But at the same time, with this Queen of Wands, they can see how great you are at defending yourself, protecting what you value, and they might say that you have a really lovely connection with nature, that you're very artistic and creative, that you are absolutely gorgeous, very attractive, that you have a very sensual energy, and that you are really confident again. Really strong personality comes in every queen for sure. Very independent and fiery. Okay, there's a lot of fire in this Queen of Wands, but it is balanced by all the water from the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. So it seems like a very a soft fire, if you can say that. So you do not get impulsive, but clearly you have a lot of things you are passionate about, and you that make you feel alive. One of the things that motivate you the most, that really makes you go chasing something, is rejection, or the realization that one of your dreams has broken in pieces, or that the bubble has popped. So if you were living a romantic dream with somebody, and eventually it comes to a disappointment, it comes to an end, it doesn't work as you wished, it seems like that is the moment where you start being incredibly active, and you take your life in you get in charge of your life. So people can definitely see how determined you get, whether it is about chasing that dream again with somebody else, or trying to fix it with the same person, or simply put yourself together and direct your focus into the things that you are passionate about in order to distract yourself. It seems like you do not get too upset, you, or at least you're not allowing the experience, the disappointment, to make you stop, to make you withdraw from life in general. You're not going to hide. Star in reverse and the Five of Wands. I don't know why I felt like starting from this way backward. So Five of Wands in reverse and the Star in reverse. It feels like people are saying about you that you are not a competitive person, that even though you might have a really big dream that you want to achieve, if you need to be competitive with somebody in order to achieve that dream, you are not going to be part of that game, or at least is not something that will come out of you naturally. If you have to, you probably will find that determination, but it seems like you're really not, you really is really not your environment, is not the way that you like to achieve, because you have that compassion and that empathy, that understanding, that love towards everybody. So you do not get the gratification out of you winning and somebody else losing. It does not create that spark within you. You'd rather want everybody to win. So let me see what other cards. This King of Cups and Queen of Wands could as well represent a couple, so they might be talking about you being in a harmonious relationship with somebody else and being very good at complementing each other. Although you have not achieved the goal that you were having, maybe you're looking for you're trying to get pregnant, or you're trying to find a house for yourself and you haven't achieved this yet, but people are saying how determined you are in searching that dream for yourself, or making it happening, manifesting it into your life. So people are really admiring. They would describe you as somebody that is very determined, absolutely, and that knows what she wants or knows what he wants. Page of Swords in reverse, 10 of Wands in reverse, 7 of Swords, a 4 of Swords, 5 of Cups in reverse, and 3 of Wands. Page of Swords and 4 of Swords. So what I see here is that people describe you as somebody that would always take a pause to meditate, to reflect before speaking. So you are not impulsive with your words because you know how much they could hurt somebody else. So you might take your time to respond to a provocation or to an insult or to a judgment. You take your time, or you even decide not to respond to it, not to engage in that energy. And people say about you that you're always careful that you're always careful with your words. You really pick them gently in order for them not to have a bad impact on other people. People say about you that sometimes you can get overwhelmed and really tired. You might suffer from fatigue. You might just charge yourself with too many tasks until at some point you're going to break down, and then you will become very, very emotional because there's so much water in you. So when you are depleted, when there's no energies in your body anymore, then your emotions are going to resent as well. What I see though here as well with this 5 of Cups in reverse is that even when bad things happen, when you go through a loss or a disappointment, as I saw before, you don't spend too much time crying about it or wasting your time thinking about the good things that were, and you don't think that everything is over. Okay, you take your little time to sit with those emotions and then you move on, as we saw before. You don't want to focus way too much on the things that you have lost and therefore losing the opportunities or the things that are coming around you just because you were not looking at them. And those two cards as well together feels like you don't want to get to the point that you have cried so much for days and days until you become incredibly depressed and depleted and you cannot take care of yourself anymore. You don't do that. Okay, so people really describe you as somebody that has a strong personality, that maybe is tired but is not showing it so much, because this Ten of Wands is in reverse. So yeah, it could be somebody that is suffering but is not showing it so much, or that is trying to move on, as I saw before. Yeah, I wasn't looking at this, but the Seven of Swords, it is moving on as well from the things that are upsetting you. Although sometimes the Seven of Swords is more of a sneaky type of energy, as in sneaking away at night when nobody else noticed. So you go away silently because you don't want to create any huge consequence. You don't want to create any huge reaction on other people by seeing you moving away. So you do it slowly and gently and silently. With these Three of Wands, you clearly want to be motivated to the new things that are coming towards you. You're very oriented towards the future, so you go straight away into planning modality. Okay, so what's next? What am I gonna focus my energies on now? Because as I said before, you are emotionally mature, so that also means being able to handle sad emotions, being able to handle rejection, disappointment, heartbreak in a way that is balanced, in a way that it does not destroy your soul. Two of Pentacles in reverse, the Sun in reverse, and the Three of Cups. Six of Cups in reverse, Two of Swords, and Two of Wands. There's a lot of twos I can see here. Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Two of Wands. Then we have the Six of Cups in reverse. Some people describe you as somebody that has belonged to their past, and so they would describe it with a lot of nostalgic feelings because you might not be in their life anymore. Some people might as well describe you as somebody that was trying to juggle in too many things at the same time, or too many situations, too many people, relationship even, too many jobs at the same time, and that eventually it wasn't very balanced. So sadly the connection didn't work, but they still remind you, they still remember you with sweet feelings as a dear soulmate that belonged to a previous life. I feel that people are also saying that you give a lot of values to friendship, and that when things when friends need your support, especially in times of a big important decision for them, especially when they find themselves in a big fork, you're always them spreading your sunny energy, spreading all of your knowledge, all of your wisdom, but especially your comforting energy, your love, your compassion. You listen to them, and somehow you make them feel hopeful and optimistic again. Possibly you also make them laugh with this Sun. And it seems like you'll always try to be there for them, even though you might be juggling a lot of things. Maybe you have some issues at home or at work, or you have few things going on, few people relying on you. You will still try and make time to be with them. The Two of Wands there is showing two kids that are holding their hands as if they just made a pact, they just made an agreement, they just planned something. they are establishing a foundation, they're establishing a partnership. So it feels that friends around you are describing you as somebody that is always going to maintain their words, so somebody that is loyal. So if you said you're going to be there, you will be there. And it could be that you have learned this from the past, from that experience in which you have not been able, you were juggling too many things, and eventually you might have lost that connection. And so since then, you're learning how to be more balanced and how not to promise things if you don't think that you're going to be able to maintain those words. Also, people might be saying about you that you are a very nostalgic person that always carry a lot of memories from the past and focus on those sweet memories. For the majority of you though, I have this feeling that the Six of Cups is talking about somebody that believed that you were a soulmate in the past, and eventually they had to accept that you were not, that they had to accept that your road had to separate, take a different way. So let's have a look at your oracle cards now. I have a bunch of them that I drew before your recording, so let's have a look. We have dogwood, defend, then ephemeral with the daily lie, I don't know how to pronounce that, and elder ritual. So from these cards I can definitely tell that people describe you as somebody that has high standards and high values, and that you will always defend the more vulnerable. You have a really strong moral compass. You will always defend whoever is in need, whoever is fragile or has less than you. It feels as well that you are one of those really good friends that will defend them if they are in need, if they are in a situation where their partner, for example, is not treating them well, or if there is somebody bullying them, or if they are in a tricky situation with, with the police as well. It seems like you will always back them up. And ritual reminds me, again, it seems to be talking about friendship again, about how even if you haven't seen your friends in a long time, there will always be that day that is the day in which you'll always have to do something together. So you'll always remember their birthdays, for example, or you'll always have a sacred ceremony with them on a full moon once a month. It seems like you maintain your words again, and that you are really good, especially to spend to celebrate some special days. Maybe you are celebrating the seasons, the changes of the seasons, so the equinox and the solstice together. Then we have initiation. Let's put these cards there for now. Initiation, the seeding, and Bamba. Beautiful cards. So definitely with the Bamba, people describe you as somebody that is very grounded, very connected to nature, that defends animals. Again, this idea that you defend the more vulnerable or whoever is in need. Somebody that it is practical, how do you say, very organized and down to earth. So there's a lot of pentacle energy, Queen of Pentacles energy here. The seedings, it reminds me of somebody that is actually always able to see the potential in other people, as well as somebody that lives in harmony with season, like just what we said before. and somebody who knows when to plant the seed, who knows when is the right time to speak, who knows when is the right time to start a new project or a new business, a new relationship. It seems like you are really in tune with the season of everything. So as well, if a relationship is about to come to an end, you just embrace that season. You just realize, okay, I just came to the winter of this relationship and I'm going to embrace it. So you don't fight it much. And we saw that before with the tarot cards as well. An initiation tells me that people describe you as somebody that has gone through some deep change, through a rebirth. So they have seen you, they probably knew you from before, they might have known you from your childhood, and they did notice this huge change in you. Maybe you have become more spiritual and you embrace some of your psychic abilities, for example. Then we have salmon. So people describe you as a person that is very, very wise, and again, that is very good at swimming in the ocean of the emotions and the feelings. So again, is the Queen and King of Cups type of energy. Then we got the frog, and again, you speak about somebody that is very compassionate and loving and understanding. Then we have the Sun again, unbelievable. Lady and Coffin. So from these three cards, I can definitely tell that you were at the center of somebody else's life, or you are at the center of somebody else's life. But for some of you, things has ended with the Coffin. So they describe you as somebody who was the best partner or the best friend, and they really they speak to you very highly, but also they say that unfortunately things had to end. And I noticed this energy with the Six of Cups in reverse as well. Some other cards that we noticed earlier, I had that energy as well of somebody that described you as their ex soulmate or their ex partner, but things unfortunately hasn't worked out. So it could be that for a lot of you is your ex describing you in this way. Okay, so yeah, that's everything. I can see from the citrine heart as well that it could be a romantic situation for a lot of you. So that could be an ex again talking to you, but with a lot of beautiful energy. There's a lot of passion and a lot of optimism still. So a lot of attraction as well, because the orange is the color of the sacred chakra. So yes, that's the only things that remain to say. Let me know if you have enjoyed this reading. Just leave me a comment and I'll reply to each one of you as soon as I can. And please don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. It would truly make a difference. And hit the notification bell down below if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video. Also, I'm here if you would like to receive a private reading. Thanks so much again for all of your support and all of your love. See you very soon in the next video. Bye bye guys. Hello my beauties, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the LLEVELLYN Tarot deck in pile number 2 with the selenite bar, I'm gonna leave it here on the side throughout the whole reading as your reference, and I'm gonna shuffle the cards in camera for you. And while I do that, I just want to remind you that there is currently a giveaway going on, and if you want to participate, you will find the rules in the info box below. There will be a link that you can click and it will bring you to the video in which the giveaway has originated. It's going to expire the 24th. It's going to be the date in which I'm going to announce the winner. So just participate before that numerously. The rules are very easy. So how would people describe you, pile number 2, to somebody else? Please and thank you, dear spirit. How would people describe my pile number 2 to somebody else? Oh, what card is that? The Emperor. So definitely somebody very grounded. Then we have the Justice. Beautiful cards, both from the Major Arcana. The Eight of Cups. Then we have Two of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Wands upright, and Two of Cups upright. So let's dive in. So people would describe you as somebody that is, as I said, very grounded. There is Taurus energies in the Emperor, and with these Two of Pentacles in reverse, they describe you as somebody that never has a doubt, that always know what they want. They describe you as somebody that has a clear plan, a clear trajectory to get to your goals. You know how to achieve them, and you also have a clear sense of responsibility and a strong moral compass. So you will always want the benefit of everybody else. So there is no selfish energy about the Emperor. Clearly, they describe you as somebody that has a lot of responsibility, but that knows how to deal them well in the best way possible, even more with the Justice. So they talk about you as a very, very fair person. You always speak the truth, you're very honest and transparent, and you always want the best for everybody around you, and you want things to be equal between others. So if there is a debate, if there is a conflict, you will be the mediator and you will try and help to resolve the conflict. And people describe you as very passionate, so it could be as well that this is your job. You could be working in legislation somehow, you could be working in a court, you could be a lawyer, and it seems like you're very passionate about that job. It's really one of the most important things that you put your time, energy, and effort into. You're really, really invested into it. And it makes people happy to see you that excited about that job. Particularly, it doesn't have to be necessarily a lawyer, but it could be still a job in which you have to mediate and you have to find a solution, you have to resolve conflicts. You could be a boss of some sort as well. And they describe you, if you are a boss, they describe you as a fair boss. So whatever authoritarian figure you represent, they do appreciate you. They do support the way in which you do things, in which you deal with conflicts and problems. So people admire your lack of doubt as well, your confidence. Absolutely. Eight of Cups, and then the Two of Cups. So because you are so ethical, people describe you as somebody that will always take the right choice, even when it means that you are going to have to sacrifice, and when you have to suffer by departing from something that you really value, for something that you really cared about. But if it is for you're going to stay for the good of all or not at all, basically. So if it does create some discomfort to others, or if it does feel that it's unfair towards somebody else, you're just going to sacrifice it and move it away. And I can see that you are willing to sacrifice even a deep, meaningful, romantic relationship if you need to. You could be, for example, sacrificing for the benefits of your kids. Or for, if that means for your job. Even you could be in a situation where you wouldn't really have time for a romantic relationship, otherwise you wouldn't earn a living, so then you're just gonna move away from that relationship. So people always know that even though you deeply care, at times you have to take the responsible choice, which will have to bring you further away from the things that you love. Some people as well could be saying that you have walked away from them even though the relationship was absolutely beautiful and the union was like a miracle. There was so much harmony, there was so much bliss, and you did walk away. But they also say that you did it with reason, and they cannot blame you for it. So they describe you as a person, like it could be one of those situations where, for example, you know that you're going to be a negative influence for that person. So you're going to move away from them even though you love them. That type of scenario. Although I really don't feel like you could be one of those people not being the right influence. But definitely there would be some particular reason that would have to make you move away. Maybe the other person got dependent from you, addicted, or had to deal with their own stuff and they were just getting distracted with love but not really dealing with their life, and so you just felt like it's time for me to move away. So they're going to grow and evolve in their life path. You will definitely know what I'm talking about. If it does resonate with you, you know which particular scenario I'm describing here. Some people as well might describe you as somebody that had, yes, to walk away because you got a job opportunity that really excited you, in which you were really going to have the opportunity to be yourself and to use your talents. So you really had no doubt. As soon as you got that job offer, you took it, and even if it required you to move country, you did it. And unfortunately you had to sacrifice the relationship, or at least turn it into a distant relationship. 4 of Cups in reverse, 7 of Cups. I actually feel that this is belonging here. The Lovers in reverse, Judgment, the Empress, and the 6 of Swords. People describe you as somebody that has finally moved away from your old personality, in which you might have been a little negative and pessimistic and not believing in yourself, not loving yourself enough, and not accepting the good opportunities that life was bringing to you because you were not able to look at them. You were blind because you were focusing on the lack of things, and you were probably as well bored and demotivated. But now people describe you as a totally different person that has stepped into her or his power, somebody that is full of motivation, that is not bored anymore, that is finally recognizing his or her value, his or her worth. So somebody that is finally opening up their eyes to all of the chances that they have in life, all of the choices, all of the possibilities out there, and that is considering one of those offers, and that you are even nearly overwhelmed by the choice. You feel nearly confused about what is the right path to you, because now so many path has been opened for you, so many that you couldn't even imagine maybe a year ago. The Lovers and Judgment. Some people might actually judge the way that you have left your soulmate or your twin flame, that you have walked away from it, that you have closed your heart towards it. So some people might actually have some harsh judgment towards it. And some people might say that you have chosen money, you have chosen abundance, and you have walked away from something that it was good, that it was working, that it was what's the word, flourishing, it was blossoming, and you walked away. So there is a little bit of judgment for it. Otherwise, people as well notice how great you are now at attracting the things that you want in life, how great you are manifesting abundance and prosperity for yourself, and money even, and job opportunities, as we said before. Whatever you touch, it turns into lushing green. So they definitely appreciate your beauty as well, and your confidence, your strength. The Empress is like the mothers of all of the queens in the deck, so it does share those qualities with the majority of the queens. Some people might describe you as a very generous person as well, and very positive. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing here. Let's see, let's take more cards. Three of Swords, Four of Wands in reverse, Knight of Swords, Ten of Wands in reverse, the Magician, and the Page of Wands. Again, people describe you as somebody that is a great creator, a great manifester. You are the magician of your life. You are the painter of your life. It's like you have a canvas in front of you and you paint something and it's going to turn into reality for you. So people do admire and appreciate and talk about how amazing it is that you have this ability to create whatever you wish in your life, and that you are so passionate and you are so creative and full of ideas, and you're really curious to try new paths, even though you might not have the experience in those particular paths, but you're still going to put yourself in within that challenge. You are really good at getting out of your comfort zone and challenging yourself for new tasks. They really describe you as somebody that is really fast moving and very determined, and that has a clear idea what they want again, that there is this incredible energy and enthusiasm to go after the things that you desire, and there is no awareness of your body getting tired. With these 10 of Wands, you are just, people describe you as somebody that really gets into the zone, and doesn't matter what time of the day it is, you just keep going until your battery entirely goes to zero, but otherwise you'll just keep going, very, very determined. And then with these 4 of Wands and the 3 of Swords, again, somebody seems to be upset about the fact that you have left them heartbroken because you went away from home. This could be as well a parent, because you might have decided to travel the world or to move away to another country to follow your dreams, and therefore whoever has remained at home is suffering from the empty nest syndrome, and therefore it is resenting you from leaving them. Somebody might describe you as well as somebody that doesn't have solid foundation, that doesn't have the feet on the ground, that is too dreamy, and that is not aware of the pain that is going to suffer because of that lack of stability. So somebody might describe you as well as a person that is not chasing a stability in romance, that is not chasing a marriage, is not chasing the idea of having a family, and therefore they are resenting you for that, or they are worried about you. What if one day you will realize that that was more important? So it seems like there is somebody's really attached to the old tradition, to the old mentality, and therefore it is quite surprised and shocked about your way of living your life, that is probably a bit more revolutionary. As well, somebody could describe you as somebody that has left them at the altar. I'm just seeing this now. That had run away and had not taken any responsibility because you were just after your dream and you couldn't see anything else. Some of you might as well has cheated on your partner, on your future husband, with a younger person. That might resonate with just a small portion of you, but some people might describe you like that. 8 of Wands in reverse, 9 of Cups in reverse, 3 of Cups, the Priestess, King of Swords, and 6 of Cups. Some people describe you as a person that has some childlike type of energy, a person that is able to embrace the inner child, that is able to still look at life with the eyes of a kid and being very enthusiastic about everything, wanting to try new things, similar energy to the Page. And at the same time, they describe you as somebody that is able to mix that childlike energy with a strong personality that is quite organized and like very intellectual, very cold and detached even, and somebody with a strong sense of will, with a clear idea of what future they want to create for them, with a sense of, with an ability of being authoritarian. So yeah, people describe you as somebody that is able to have those two faces in you. So somebody as well that can have the responsibility, can be a responsible parent, for example, but at the same time being able to play and roll on the ground with your kids. But when it is time to tell them off, when it is time to set boundaries, when it is time to be authoritative, sorry, I always confuse these two words, then you're able to. So they do describe you as somebody that has an harmonious relationship with that responsible side of you and the childlike side of you. Also, somebody might remember you as a really important figure in the past. Could be as well a male figure or a teacher. Maybe they didn't have a model in their life. Maybe they never had a father, and so they've seen you as a role model for themselves when they were a kid, so they really looked up on you. The Priestess and the Three of Cups. So people describe you as their wisest friend that is always there when it's time to get an advice, when it's time to ask for some psychic prediction. You might be into spiritual practices, you might be into tarot as well, or might have some psychic abilities. So you are the best as well to have some ceremonies under the full moon. So you might be one of those friends that they always call if they want to have some sacred ceremony or do something spiritual together. And you're always there if you want to have some fun. You're always there to support them, but also you're always there if they want to call you in for a party, for celebrating a birthday or a special events. Nine of Cups in reverse and Eight of Wands in reverse. So they might describe you as somebody that withdraw when things don't go well. So if you are not satisfied with your current situation, with your present, you might withdraw and not send many texts or not answer to your friends' messages or your calls. You just withdraw into your little bubble if you are not happy. Five of Swords, yes. If you have some internal conflict, if you have some insecurities or doubts, sometimes those type of ghosts and monsters come up in your head, and therefore you don't want to spread that to others and you just withdraw into your own bubble. Now let's have a look at your oracle cards and see what we got. I just draw a bunch of them before recording your video. So we have Blessing. That's beautiful. That actually talk about always supporting the people around you, always wishing the best for them. So it reminds me of these Three of Cups together with the High Priestess. Then we have Caridwen, which actually has the High Priestess type of energy, somebody that is able to get in touch with their subconscious, to heal their wounds if needed, to work on their shadows, to somebody that is not scared to deal with your ghost, with those skeleton in the wardrobe. Okay, so they describe you as a really powerful witch as well for some of you. And then Domino, beautiful. So they describe you as somebody that is very compassionate, very loving, that has an unconditional love for every living being, that has a lot of understanding and empathy for others, that is really comfortable speaking about feelings and emotions, very similar to the Queen of Cups type of energy. Wow, then we have the Whale. And you see the whale is part of the water realm, which represent the emotions. So again, it really makes sense with this. And you look, there is two whales in both of them, so they're really associated. And as well, in this particular card, talks about somebody that has gone through a very important experience that has left a scar in them, that has left a mark, but that they were able to learn from it. So clearly talks about somebody with a powerful personality thanks to the strong experiences that they had in the past. And then Swan. So people describe you as a very fascinating person, a very beautiful person, also somebody that put beauty first no matter what, or that no matter the conditions, you're always gonna try and find beauty. Okay, so even if the situations around you are sad or ugly, you will always find something to be grateful for, and you'll always find something to make things better. Then we have abundance, which connects very well with the Empress cards that we got before. Then we have service. And finally we have regenerate. So regenerate really connects to the whale type of energy. So people describe you as somebody that has been able to regenerate themselves after some strong experiences that might have hurt you in the past. So they always talk, you see, these mushrooms are able to grow only in those forests that has been completely burned down. So even if some people has tried to cultivate those mushrooms in controlled environments, they didn't have much success, because these mushrooms specifically grow on after some other organism has died. Okay, they need that death process in order to be born. So people describe you as somebody that has been able to rebirth after some really awful experiences. Or somebody as well that is able to see the good in everything, and that is helping and guiding other people through that transformational process in which they can finally see what good things they can take out of an ugly situation. They describe you as somebody that is very generous and very good at helping others, that is always there available to help, always there to support, to be of service to people, and quite generous as well with this abundance, and able to inspire people to gain their own abundance as well. Gentleman, beautiful. So again, I don't really have to describe this card because we've just been talking about it later. So people might describe you as somebody that is very good at writing letters, sending messages that are motivational, that are uplifting, that are supporting them. And cross, again, the cross talks about some burdens. So you might be good at writing. Maybe you are a writer and you did write about your past, about some traumatic experiences that you had and what you took out of it. And so you are inspiring other people to be gentle with themselves and to accept their life, and to turn it upside down in order to embrace again the blessing of life. That's what I'm seeing here. There's such a pure energy as well with the selenite, and the selenite crystal help as well to remove pain. So it really feels like you are a healer. So people describes you as a gentle healer that heals as well, simply with your presence and with your compassion, with your listening, and with sharing your past experiences. So that's everything I have for you today. Let me know in the comments down below if it has resonated, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. It would truly make a huge difference, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video. Also, I am here available for a private reading if you would like to get one. That's everything. I can't wait to see you again in the next video. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. See you very soon, guys. Hello my lovelies, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen pile number 3 with the Spirit Stone Tarot deck and the amethyst crystal, I'm going to place this on the side as a reference for your reading. In the meantime, I'm going to shuffle the cards in camera for you today. So let's ask, how would people describe you, pile number 3, to others? Please and thank you, dear Spirit. How would people describe pile number 3 to somebody else? Please and thank you. While I shuffle, I just want to remind you that there is a current giveaway going on, and if you want to participate to that, you can find the instructions in the info box below. You just need to click on the link which will bring you to the video in which the giveaway has originated, and you can find the rules there. There's a gorgeous deck that I'd love to give to one of you, so just participate numerously before it will expire the 24th of February, so quite soon. How would people describe you? Pile number 3, we have the 4 of Shells in reverse, the King of Feathers, which is the King of Swords, and the Ace of Acorns, Ace of Wands in reverse, clarified by King of Crystals in reverse, Page of Acorns, and the Shells in reverse, Page of Shells in reverse, which is Page of Cups. We're gonna get way more cards, but let's just start from this. So people describe you as somebody that has definitely gained a lot of confidence with time, and you became more assertive, you became more comfortable in speaking your own truth, in speaking your own voice, and you might have not always been like that. In the past, indeed, with this King of Crystals, you might have been having some issues with your confidence, not feeling like you could commit to yourself, or like you could be courageous as you wished in order to speak your voice and manifest the things that you really wanted to create for yourself. So people describe you as somebody that has gone through an important shift, especially with these 4 of Shells in reverse, because it speaks about somebody that is not feeling pessimistic anymore. It is not only focusing on the things that life is throwing at them. So the 4 of Shells, when it's upright, speak about somebody that is feeling demotivated, that is not working towards their dreams, that is thinking that luck happens only to other people, love reaches only other people and never them. They feel like giving up on life because life is throwing them lemons, basically. They feel worthless, useless, incapable of doing anything. Instead, when it's in reverse, it's a whole shift of moving away from that pessimistic energy and finally embrace love for themselves, embracing their ability to stand up for themselves and receive love, receive help, receive gorgeous opportunities in life, and feel like they deserve them. So it's a big shift. And people describe you as somebody that is quite curious, with this Page of Acorns, that has a huge enthusiasm for life. Actually, now that you have blossomed yourself into this more confident version of yourself, you are definitely putting in practice all of these curiosities. You are turning them into your reality. You're discovering new paths, and you are definitely not stuck within your traditions. You want to try something new, you want to get out of your comfort zone, you want to challenge yourself, and you want to have fun. They describe you as somebody that definitely is having fun now. Ace of Acorns in reverse and Page of Shells in reverse. These describe you as somebody that has been, or maybe, yeah, that has been shy, because the Page of Shells in reverse now, and that still has a lot to discover about themselves, that still hasn't made that big strong move in their life. Okay, they feel that there is a huge potential in you, but that you haven't used it just yet. You are in the exploring phase of your life where you are trying lots of different things, but you haven't invested yourself full on into one of those activities. Some people describe you as somebody that has had a false beginning with them. You might have given them the illusion that something really passionate was about to start, and eventually you dropped it and you didn't even apologize. So whoa, that's a really strong message that might resonate just a few of you, but for some of you needed to hear this. Some of you as well might resent you because of that and describe you as somebody that has commitment issues and that now is only following their impulses, and somebody that is trying to have fun in life now that you have discovered this new optimism and you are trying to find yourself, you're trying to reevaluating yourself, but doing so you are also probably being slightly cold and insensitive towards the people that belong to your life before the shift happened. That might not resonate with all of you, but some of you needed to hear that. So let's get some more cards. Five of Shells, Two of Acorns in reverse, Three of Shells in reverse, Ace of Feathers in reverse, Nine of Shells, and Queen of Crystals in reverse. So people describe you as somebody that at times, if something really bad happened to you, if you're going through a loss or grief or a painful ending in general, you end up focusing a lot on it. You end up focusing on the things that you don't have in your life anymore, on the things that you're missing, and you're not as projected towards the future anymore. You don't see an opportunities coming there for you, or if it comes, you're not taking it. So it's very similar to the Four of Cups type of energy that we've seen underneath. So maybe some people did not notice your shift and they still speak about you as somebody that is quite negative, that gets stuck with negative energies or with negative experiences, possibly because they haven't noticed your changes just yet. Maybe they haven't seen you in a long time. Three of Shells in reverse and Ace of Feathers. Again, I noticed this idea of a false start. So some of you describe you as somebody that had a beautiful harmonious interaction with you, that felt like a clear new beginning for them, that has a really strong impact on them. It felt like destiny, but then you flew away or you just disappear, you vanished. And so they describe you as this small moment of bliss in which they were lucky to meet you, but then you guys had to take two different paths. Maybe you have met in a trip, for example. So maybe it wasn't your intention to leave them, to drop the situation out of nowhere. Maybe you could just meet for a certain amount of time. It could be as well that they had to leave and not you. People definitely describe you as somebody that is happy to be on their own. Okay, so they see that you're content on your own, that you are feeling grateful for the things that you have achieved in life, for the possessions that you own, for the jobs that you have achieved for yourself. So they feel that your happiness does not depend on other people. And they describe you as well as somebody that is very simple, that gets happy with very little. You don't need much to be happy. You don't need to have a luxurious home to be happy. You just need the basic stuff that makes your life comfortable, but not necessarily luxurious. Just the bare necessity. That's what I'm seeing here. Tower, Three of Acorns, Seven of Shells in reverse, the High Priestess, Eight of Feathers, and Two of Feathers. So people describe you as a person that has a lot of wisdom and that is able to see the bigger picture, especially when there is a huge change that is shaking up the foundation of your life. Something is ending, something is transforming, something needs you to reevaluating your whole life. And when that happens, instead of panicking, instead of being all negative like you might have been used to in the past, now you're seeing the opportunity of it. You're seeing what can it grow from those ashes. You have a much different perspective. You know that end also means a new beginning. You already think about what rebirth you can have. So people describe you as somebody that always keeps an eye on the future possibilities, that is always able to see the possible evolution of things, even when in the present everything seems to crumble down to pieces and everybody seems to be in despair. You are able to see the light of the end of the tunnel. They describe you again as somebody that has a lot of intuition, somebody that might have some psychic abilities as well, somebody that is way able to sit down with your own wounds and work them out, do some shadow work. So you're not afraid of those shadow sides of your soul. You're not afraid to look at the past and work it through, to sit with your pain. Especially when you are in a phase of indecision, when you have a lot of opportunities ahead of you, when you have a lot of paths that you could take and you really don't know which one is the right one, you sit down with yourself and listen to your own intuition that will tell you the right answer. You might as well be practicing tarot, for example, and you like to include them in your choice. You like to draw some cards for yourself before making an important choice. I definitely see that people describe you as an ambitious person that wants to achieve so many things, maybe even way more than a person can in this time on earth. And people describe you as well as somebody that at times gets stuck in your head, especially when there is a new choice to make that involves other people's as well. So you might take a lot of time in order to make your choices because you really value, since you have this ability to look towards the future as well, to see the bigger picture, it's a bit harder for you to make a choice. So sometimes you might get stuck in your mind. Some people again might not know that you have been going through that shift, so they're still talking about this person that is limiting themselves and having limiting beliefs and therefore not able to move forward. Somebody that is paralyzed in paranoias or insecurities or mental blockages in general, negative talk about themselves, and that's clearly the same message of the Four of Shells in reverse. So some people still knows that old version of you and still talk about you in that way, although they have no clue that you have changed, possibly, because at least that's something else that people are admiring about that huge shift that you've been going through. And bear in mind, these things don't have to necessarily be true to you if they don't resonate. People always have their own stories about the people they know. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be real for you. That's just the way they see you, or the way they describe you. They could as well be lying if they wanted to for some reason. Eight of Acorns and the Justice, the Emperor, the Chariot, the Star, and the Shadow in reverse, which is the Devil in reverse. Some people speak about you as somebody that at times lose focus and direction, and that blocks you from achieving your dreams. But then other days you wake up and you're all very determined to fight those mental blockages or those limits or those addictions that are holding you back, because the shadow is in reverse, which means you are very good at discerning what's healthy for you and what's toxic for you, and you're way good at controlling yourself in that way and not letting your temptations controlling you or your addictions controlling you. Yes, you might lose focus at times. You might slightly get your path deviated for a night or two, but eventually you go back into what matters the most for you. You have your goals and dreams ahead of you, in front of your eyes. That's all that matters, and you go back into that strength within yourself to fight those temptations. Indeed, justice speak about balance and speak about being right for yourself. So Eight of Acorns in reverse, they might say that at times you are not good at answering to their messages or to their calls, that you might be unreachable, and they describe you as somebody that is always true to yourself. So if you don't want to talk, you're not going to talk. If you don't want to send a message, you're not going to send a message. So they describe you as somebody that is very true to their words, very transparent, very straightforward, very authentic, and very real. As well as somebody that if you have not achieved certain results, if you have failed in some project, you're going to speak about it. You don't have a problem being honest about that. And you don't have a problem being honest about those certain moments in which your foundation has been shaking and in which your focus has been lost temporarily. But then your intuition is too strong. You know exactly what transformation you have been going through. So they say that eventually you always find your way towards your dreams. That's just what's more important to you. Or as well, they speak about you as being very hopeful even during times of transformation, during times of confusion, or times of stagnations. You always have the hope that you're going to get out of it. So they see you as a person that is quite optimistic. Transformation, we just been mentioning it. In reverse, the Four of Acorns, and the World. So clearly people describe you as somebody that has gone through a really important transformation in your life, that at first you did resist it, you didn't want to go through it. So perhaps you have been going to rehab for some addiction problem for some of you, and then eventually you came out of it feeling grounded and feeling like appreciating life a lot more, feeling like you wanted to sort yourself out, wanted to create a social network around you, find a comfortable home for yourself, and just start fresh, start a new chapter of your life with so many more possibilities and hopes and dreams. So they definitely describe you as somebody that now is fulfilled by life, that has gone through a lot, but it has made you the person that you are now. The Hanged Man in reverse, nano crystals in reverse, and the awakening. So people are saying about you, describe you as somebody that is definitely spiritually awoke now, somebody that has learned so many lessons from those times of poverty, insecurities, lack of abundance, those unhappy times of your life when you might have not have support around you, you might have not have a job or a house, or things might have gone really badly, and they describe you as somebody that has learned so much from those times. And the Hanged Man, you might have had, I don't know, I hear prison for some of you as well, or being secluded in some places. Maybe you have gone for a silent retreat as well, and then you came out of it super awakened. That's what I'm seeing. Let's have a look at the oracle cards. I draw a few of them before the recording this video. So let's start with the botanical ones. We have tribulation. You see, people really speak about how much you had to tribulate in your life, and dream. Maybe we've been speaking about dreams the whole time. And we have defend. So people describe you as somebody that always defend their dreams, especially at times of tribulation, when things seems not going well, when you don't receive enough support around, when it seems like you're taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. That's the time in which you use your claws and you defend yourself in your dreams. That's just your north, okay? That's where your moral compass go. That there's nothing else that is more important. You have that goal ahead of you. You really focus about that. Whatever that is, it makes you feel alive, and it makes you feel like it is worthy to be alive because of it. Then we have Kyla, the Shapeshifter. Beautiful cards. That's from the Goddess Temple Oracle. They're new, so I have to actually have a look at the booklet. And Selkie. I remember about the Selkie because they speak about being true to yourself. Selkie is this still human type of figure that want to become human, want to marry a human and have a normal life, so to speak, and eventually she'll find out that the most beautiful gift she can give to herself is to come back to her original form and embrace that part of herself. So let's have a look at the Shapeshifter as well. 43. Adaptable. I'm reading in Italian here. So you're able to step into somebody else's clothes. You are able to feel how other people are feeling, to imagine how would you feel if you were living their experiences. So there's a lot of empathy here. And they speak about you as somebody that has expanded your borders, that has expanded your consciousness. So you include, it's like your consciousness is becoming bigger because it incorporates other people's consciousness in it as well. And then the first card is number 2. Let me see. She brings you wisdom, teaching, mental lucidity, intuition and visions, prophetic dreams, and she puts you in touch with the calmness and silence that contain all possibilities. So people describe you as very wise, as a great teacher, somebody with a very clear mind and strong will, and as well with some prophetic and psychic abilities, as we saw before with your intuition. Then we have other cards here. Yes, we have Bluebird, the Crab, and Salmon. So the crab and the salmon belong to the water element, which it's all about the realm of the emotions. The crab, of course, reminds me of the Cancer. So people describe you as a person that is very, very sensitive, that is very romantic and emotional. And with the salmon, again, it comes out this idea of being very wise and very intelligent and quick-minded as well, and very comfortable with your feelings, with your emotions. And Bluebird as well speak about somebody that is light-hearted, that is very chatty, that is very good at communicating, that has a clear mind. It speak about the mind realm, the thoughts realm. So this is the swords field. It's all about the intellect. So clearly somebody that is very very intellectual, very focused, and has clear goals. And then we have Crossroad. Again, this crossroad we've been seeing that you might struggle in times of having to make a big decision. And then Mice. So let me get a little booklet for that. Yes, as I taught, the mice speak a lot about being worried and anxious and having some fears. So again, people describe you as somebody that has some troubles in regard taking a decision, that you might be right now having to face a big fork in your life, and therefore you might be asking advice to other people, or simply withdraw in your own world and trying to understand what is the right answer for you. So people can definitely speak about you as in, yeah, he or she is very busy trying to understand what's the right path. But generally we've seen before, like, there's a lot of intuition in you, there's a lot of ability to listen to yourself and get in touch with your truth. So it feels like you don't really have a problem. But again, this is how people describe you. And we see in here with the silk, they definitely speak of you as somebody who is real to themselves. So that's definitely a lovely attribute, and definitely somebody that's very compassionate and loving and caring towards others, and quite happy most of the time as well. We've been speaking about this emotional shift that you possibly have been going through. So let me know in the comments below if that has resonated with you. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. It will truly make a difference. And hit the notification bell down below if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video. Always I'm here as well for any private reading if you'd like to get one for yourself. Thanks so much from the bottom of my heart for all the love and support, and see you soon in the next video. Bye bye guys.